So for Jungkook's Golden, I felt like it was more an invitation to take a closer look at Jungkook's journey towards the door of global superstardom. So they actually marked the sections through the different landmarks of his performances. His performances. That's how they actually did it. So from the release of Seven to Standing Next to You to his shows to his showcase to the New York Times Square performance. So there were landmarks, and that's how they divided the sections of the exhibit. So it was as if he was taking you to the journey of of him getting to that final place, the Times Square performance. As opposed to Jimin, I actually didn't finish uploading Jimin's pictures, so I'll do it next time. But just for this discussion, for Jimin, the landmarks were actually his thoughts, because I think the main it felt like for Jungkook they were immersing you in his performances. For Jimin, they were immersing you in the music that he created, the where the emotions of the music he created, where it came from. So that's how it felt like. For Jungkook, you were tagging along to the different shows that he did, the different performances, as opposed to Jimin, you were like a friend who was helping, not really witnessing him create his art. So two different, very very different approaches. So right when you enter, there were long lines for both, by the way. Right when you enter, this is what you'll see, the explanation what the golden moments is all about. So it documented the moments that glistered in his distinct shade of gold. Now we invite you to join him in this moment from concerts filled. So as you can see, it's all shows very much centered on his activities. Concerts filled with passionate cheers to moments when the world gaze was fixed on his achievements. So very much outward. And then there is a section there where they divided it into three, which and of course he has three different versions of his album: Shine, Solid, and Substance. I tried my best to take as decent of a picture as I could, but with the amount of people there, that's all I can manage. So sorry for the horrible pictures. So they explained the three different versions: brilliance as an artist, his human side, and his driving force. So Shine is his brilliance as an artist, his human side, very very solid, and then his driving force, which is Substance. Okay. And then there's also a place there where you can actually listen to his music. So you put on the headset and you listen to his music, and what you will hear is only his vocals. The instruments were very low. The levels were very low. So it's very much his voice that you will hear. And then you can see up close and personal the microphone that he was using, the in ear that he was using, and you can the only thing you can go as close as you can to everything that they exhibited without having to touch it. You cannot touch it, but you can. So this was it was behind a glass case, but you can literally put your nose against against the glass case and really examine the detail of the mic and the detail of the in-ear. So it's really as close as you can be to Jungkook without having Jungkook right in front of you, which is kind of fun because you're like, I did not realize that even that. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a detail there that says Jungkook. And then there's a detail here that says Jungkook. So it's like, so small details like that you kind of realize. And then this mic looks so different when they are on when you see it on TV or on your screen as opposed to this here. So it's not super solid crystals. There are actual cracks, if you can see that. I don't know if it's because the crystals were falling or I don't know, but yes, there's the army and the BTS logo. And then and then if you turn to the other side, you will see all the trophies In the middle is the 1 billion Billboard, sorry, but not 1 billion, but the Billboard Hot 100 number 1 that he got the plaque from Billboard. And again, it's very close. You can't touch it, but you can go as close as you can. No one is going to stop you unless you touch it. So for as long as you don't touch it, you're good. These are all Melon Awards. And then this is the 1 billion plaque that he got from Spotify. But the middle of it is the Billboard Hot 100. So it kind of gives you an idea on which one they give the most importance to. Okay. So, and then there's like Mama, EMA, VMA, EMA. So, all of that you can see very, very closely. And then you walk farther and you see all of this pictures, which some of this you have already seen, I'm sure. Some of this is included in the CDs, some of it Big Hit actually released. And then there's a video, there's a huge screen, and then the screen actually changes into different poses. Vote BB, okay. And then this pose that you see here, you can actually recreate here. So you see there's a cue. You can recreate that picture here. So there's the picture, and then you can recreate it here. So I didn't recreate it, my mom did, but I did not ask for her permission, so I can't show you. And then there's this picture is gigantic. It's about five, maybe, yeah, about 5 feet in height. So you can see the pores of his skin. So if you go really close, you can actually see the pores of his skin. You will be able to see the details of the the lip piercing that he has. And then they also displayed all of the wardrobe that he wore for the different appearances in music video. And this has no glass case, so this it has no glass case. That's why I was able to really go close to it to take a picture, because I know you guys love details. By the way, for my Patreon subscribers, I will upload all the 525 pictures that I took. And you can just download and look at it if you want. I'll divide it into section so that you will pretty much know where I was. Is he a big boy? He is. I'm assuming he's about 5'10" and a half, or yeah, maybe 5'10" and a half, maybe pushing 5'11". And then Jimin is about 5'9". That's my estimate based on the height of the clothes that they displayed. So you can go really, really close and see the details. And the person, the organizer, said that they don't know if they washed the clothes already, but they got the clothes and they didn't wash it when it got to the US. So how they displayed it however it was sent. Okay, so the details, by the way, that I took as many close-ups of the clothes that he wore, and I'll upload it in my Patreon. Okay. And then this is another, I'm sure this is familiar to you. And I also try to get as close as possible to the fabric so that you can see how it is. And then a lot of pictures on the wall. So majority, I'll say a good 90% of the exhibit is actually pictures, and I'll say 50% of those we haven't actually seen. I don't know why he is there. He's there. I did not pay attention to him. It's just Jungkook I was paying attention to. And then what I did was, in each of that picture, I actually took a close up so that you guys can see it. So, for example, this and this two is here. So there's in the pictures that I will upload in Patreon. You will see all of that. I took a close up picture. I also took a close up picture of his tattoos, which you will see in a bit. And then, so this is what I was talking about. Per section, it is divided by his appearance, like what milestone that is, what show or performance he did, and then they would display the clothes that he wore. Okay. So this is, I'm sure this is familiar to you. This is the clothing. I also took a very, very close shot of that. 5'8" is not short. 5'8" is not short. Okay, so that so you can I was able to estimate um his height, because as I've said, this the clothing that they displayed is as size. So they didn't shorten it. They displayed it as Big Hit actually sent it to them, and they were told that it was not altered. So if you actually stand beside them, you will beside the statue, you will be able to gauge your height against their height. So my estimate is about he's about 5'10", 5'11", something like that. And then Jim is about 5'9", maybe 5'9", 5'8" and a half, 5'9", 5'9" and a half. Okay. And then this is a close up of of his tattoos, because I know that you want to see a close up of his tattoo. Um, there is a picture there. I tried my very, very best to really come close to it, but because of the lighting, if I go really close, then my shadow would actually cover the the image, and so I this is the best that I could do. So there's the close up. But when if you're there, you will actually be able to see the details of the tattoo. Like you'll see like the texture of his skin, the texture of the tattoo. But I tried my best. You know, that's what you get. This is my best, I guess, as a photographer. So there, Paulie C is the name of the tattoo artist. He put it there. So okay. And then this is one of the nicest pictures there. Actually, I just like the expression in his face. So whenever I go into a room or a section, I will take a wide shot of the room and then a wide shot of the walls, and then take a picture of each of the pictures. So that's another view. So this is the upper side of his arms. So that's a close up of the tattoo there. Again, I will upload this in Patreon so you can see it. I also love this picture. So there. So this is this clothing. You can go closer to each of the picture, and you can go closer to the clothing again for as long as you don't touch it, and you don't take a video. Okay. So there. He's so cute here. Huh? Art Macne is very cute. I also love this picture. This picture, oh, this is not the life size picture, but there is a picture there that they said is life size. Like that is the accurate height and build of Jungkook. There. And then this section is very interesting. So this is when you enter, this is what you see. This picture here, this is what it looks like. That is the picture. And you can recreate it. You can recreate this picture there. So on the and the end of the room is this. So you can recreate his picture, sit there, and have your own version of Jungkook's photos. So more photos there. This is another clothing that he wore for one of the shows. Again, I tried to come as close as I could to the shirt and to the jacket. Okay, so this is another section where you can actually listen to some more songs of his and only listen to his vocals without the music. Um, there, and then when you enter this section, sorry, when you enter this section, there's a girl here that will give you a photo card here. So not a photo card, a golden ticket. Golden ticket. They'll give you the golden ticket, and they also give you a photo card of Jungkook. There. Okay. So you go in and you will see all the other clothing that he wore. You can, for as long as your feet don't cross the red line, the red carpet, your arms can cross the can cross the red rope, so that you can take a closer look at all the clothing that he wore. So this is one sample of how close I got. So you can see the details of all the pins. I thought these were nice. Um, the fabric is like felt, brushed. That's it. That's a term. It's brushed. The fabric is brushed. he looks like his feet are small. The feet of the mannequin does not represent his actual size. Um, but there is a shoe there that he actually wore. So one of this, was it this one? Yeah, in one of this, I believe, or but one of the statues, that one of the mannequins that they actually used, they actually had the actual shoes of Jungkook. It's not small. Okay, it's not short. And then more photos. This was so cute. This is one of my favorite scenes in the music video, by the way. He was inside the coffin. This is another one. I'm sure you all remember this. He wore this in the showcase. This is one of my favorite on some of his. So it's there. So again, I try to go as close as possible to the fabric so that you can see the details. Okay, so that I think is my takeaway. It was really more like they were inviting you like to just go with him through his journey until the end. There's more pictures. As I've said, I took like 525 pictures. So there were pictures of his performance in the Times Square, and I think that was, they considered that the highlight of his first, of his debut. That was the highlight, his show in Times Square. um so as opposed to Jimin, I'm going to finish Jimin and I'll do it in the next live stream. Jimin was much more, even the way that they actually laid out the the pictures, his was more intimate, and the focus was really about the lyrics that he wrote and the melodies that he created, although there were common themes. Like, for example, there's also a section for Jimin's exhibit where you can listen to his audio, and his audio only. You don't, it's very, the instruments were very low, and you're really listening to the audio. So and then Jimin's is divided into two major sections, which is for face and for muse. And the difference in how they designed the sections were astounding. You can really see how it transitioned from face to muse. The other comment that I have for Jungkook's is that I don't like the merch that they sold. I don't think that, I mean, I'm willing to pay. I think I've mentioned to everybody that they are my only books, and BTS are my only luxuries. I don't really buy a lot of stuff. As you can see, I keep on repeating the same shirt and the same jacket. So I don't spend a lot of stuff. Like, I don't have a lot of luxuries. So when it comes to BTS, I'm like, I'm okay to spend. So if I seen something in the merch section that I think is worth the price that they were selling, even if it's a little overpriced. But it was just not good quality. They only had a shirt and some photo cards, um, and they weren't good quality. So I felt like I'm not gonna buy it for $50. Like, I would be willing to shell out $50 for a good quality shirt, even if it is an overpriced shirt. But that was just bad quality. In Jimin, the quality a little improved a little, but still it's not the same. It's not the kind of quality that I would get from Weavers. But there were other stuff there, like keychains. There were caps, which was sold out so early. I think armies are just millionaires for you to sell out the caps. I went in the first week and I was told like it was sold out. It's like they said, they told me that I have to get there very, very early in the morning if I wanted to get some caps, because it's the first one that goes that goes. So okay. Eva said, I agree, the merch is not good. Miki said, from seven, I only bought the jewelry tray. Everything is too masculine for my taste, but I bought Namjoon's indigo shirt. You mean from Weavers, Miki? You bought it from Weavers. Eva hats were sold out too. Me too. I think Suga is really thin, petite even. He's not thin. So in the, are you a member of my Patreon? In the exhibit, in the Grammy exhibit, so like more than half of the entire exhibit for Hybe artists, the venue, almost half of it was devoted to BTS. And in one section, there was the, I think there were three sets of clothing. Um, and there, those were the actual clothes that they wore for, I think it was, I want to say take two. I want to say take two. It's still uploaded in my Patreon. And so it was actual size. Like all, they also didn't alter the shirts and the pants and the length of the pants and the length of the shirts. He's not petite. He's actually bigger. I mean, wider than Jimin. Way wider than Jimin. Jimin is the smallest this way. The smallest this way. But I think Suga is the smallest this way. Suga's, yes, he's like Sugar shoulders. Like, it's not wide as Jin's, but he's not petite. We wish they done for V Expo a better job. V Expo? He had an exhibit? Okay. But the exhibit of V is not in relation to his work. Those were just photos. Those were like just the photos, just separate thing. So the exhibits of Jimin and and Jungkook were related to their work. It was related to their albums, but the exhibit of V, that was just a separate thing. It's not related to Layover. You bought, Eva said, I bought the tote bag and sweatshirt. Oh, I bought the, so I did not buy the sweatshirt. I bought the tote bag and key rings. Jimin is thinner. He's yeah, he's smaller this way. Jimin is the smallest this way. I don't, like, yeah, leanest. He's the leanest. Suga has broad shoulders. Yes. Army spending power is insane. I know, right? Like last time I showed you that the photo card of Jimin sold for like 20, what, $2,200. I'm like, that's rent, man. That's mortgage. Jimin has a dancer body. Correct, yeah. And I think he is consciously keeping it that way because he likes dancing and he is lighter when he is shaped that way. So I'm guessing that he's gonna go on a diet after the military because he would probably want to get his dancer body back. Okay. So did you like that? Did you like seeing the pictures of the exhibit? I wish I could like do a better job in taking pictures. It's just that there are a lot of people. So I also have to be considerate of them. I can't like stay in one place far too long because I know other people are waiting. I actually tried going as early as I could because I was thinking maybe there will be less people if it is morning, but no, it's just sold out. So, you know, next next live stream I will do Jimin's. It's so different. It's so different. And also in Jimin's exhibit, they actually put the papers where he wrote the lyrics for Face and for Muse. So it was there. I'm sure it's a copy, but at least you can get a, I mean, if you have one of the Weverse version of his CD, then you will have that, the lyrics sheet, but there it's bigger. um, Elizabeth, V is not allowed to eat salads or lettuce. International armies have warned Hybe and Big Hit. BTS Forever 7. I like V body now. Hope he wouldn't diet much. He can still groove. He can. Absolutely. Sunny said dancers are strong, not stick skinny. They have no body fat. Muscle. Jimin is too skinny and set me free. Not healthy. He worries me with his extreme dieting. Gail said, "Thank you, Fairlane. That was very kind of you to take all them for us." Yeah, of course. If you are a member of my Patreon, I will just upload. I'll divide the pictures into sections so that you know what you're looking at, and then you can just download them and take as close of a look as you want in certain clothing or whatever.